Hey rollers, welcome back to the channel. I have such an exciting video for you guys today. It is a Halloween collab with my girls, May from Craft Away with May and Jenny from Lovely Moments Creating. I want you guys to give them a whole lot of love because they normally do not do Halloween crafts, and I literally bribed them into doing it because I absolutely love Halloween. So after watching this video, make sure you go to their channels and give them lots of love and tell them I said, hey, happy Halloween. All right, with all that being said, let's go ahead and roll on into this video. And again, like I said, make sure you give them some love after watching this video. Let's get this party rolling. From Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. I painted the first side with this aubergine, and then I decided I didn't like it, so I painted the other side with amethyst. So now I'm grabbing some embellishments. I think I got these from, I don't know, I'm not even, oh, Michael's a couple years ago, and with the word packets. So I'm just showing you guys that if you don't have paint, you can just use Posca pens, whatever pens, Sharpies, things of that nature. It doesn't have to be paint. And then I'm just giving the cat some highlights, things to make it look a little bit more realistic, I guess. So I have this print on my left side. I was just using it as a source of inspiration for my witch as well as my hat. So you just see me painting it and giving it a little bit of zhuzh, I guess. So just watch the shenanigans and entertainment. Actually, while we're doing that, I just want to say for Halloween, it doesn't have to be all the gory and stuff that we all know. It could actually be a whole lot of fun. Just make it as something that you want it to be. Now, for this cat, I realized after I had did all that work that I was painting it on the wrong side. So I decided to go ahead and paint the original side, the correct side, and then see what it would look like once I painted it and I went to use my scraper tool to bring out the details. I was like, well, I don't really like that. So I went ahead and used my white Posca pen and did my own thing. I grabbed these words also from Michael's from a couple years ago. So I don't know if they still have these. And I painted that green. So these purple and green are the more standard Halloween colors. So that's why I say just do as you do. Now, I positioning all these things where I want them, and you guys are going to see later on in the video, like, why did I put the witch and the hat way up there? So once I get everything where I think I want it, I go ahead and we're going to start gluing things down. Remember guys, after you finish watching this video, to go ahead and swing over to May and Jenny's channel to watch their Halloween videos as well. I know they have some amazing crafts for you guys to watch. I'm sure they will keep you highly entertained. You know how those ladies are. Okay, so I know I needed to get this gigantuum, I don't even know if that's the real word, to stand. So I already had stained this chunky wood slab from Dollar Tree. So I grabbed it and we want to make it stand up. You won't see me add the tumbling blocks on here, but I do add that on there. Afterwards, I grabbed some ribbon that I did finally find in my stash, and I made this ribbon. Guys, you won't see me do bows on here because I'm not a bow maker, but I do know how to make a messy bow because my brain functions in chaos. So, but it's intimidating to watch me do it. I find I can't do it in recording mode. So hence, this is what I was referring to. Like, why did you put the witch way up there? But I tried to move the tail thingies of the bow to adjust, but I realized, you know what, it doesn't even bother me that the witch and the hat is not being seen. But here is the final product. I actually really like this one. I actually am also very impressed at how my boat turned out. But let me know in the description what you guys, in the comments, what you guys think. Now, this is one of the really big houses that you can find at Dollar Tree. I painted it barn red from Dixie Belle. And I'm about to just do a I want to say a gory version. This is Halloween's original goriness for you guys to see that you can just make things as you wish. So we are going to do a lot of mixing. So just I guess just mix until it is to your eyes content when you're just painting colors. And this is what it might envision look like at the end of the day. So now let's go outside, and I have a spray tint, I guess it's called. And I took the words that I wanted and I just spray painted the base white, and I'm just grabbing red and black and then mixing them in until my eyes are actually happy. If you've never done this, it's okay. Just have a whole lot of fun while you're out there with your spray paint. Now bringing everything back inside, I also spray painted my bats because I was feeling lazy and I was already outside. You know how that goes. We're gonna actually give the bat some eyes with the back of my paintbrush, and that's really all we're gonna do for the bats. Once the bats are ready, let's start to place everything where I want them. I'm actually going to do a base for this one as well, and I've spray painted that black. You only see me dabbing here because it started to rain and I forgot that my items were outside and I did not know it was going to rain. Yeah, I know, right? And once I've got everything where I wanted them, yes, I used hot glue this time because I was getting tired and I really wanted this to hurry up and dry. So there's that. When I'm looking at this now, I really was like, man, I used a little bit too much red and a tad bit of too much black. Maybe I should have left it a little bit more white. What do you guys think? But I did like the outcome. I think the combination of all three colors came out really nice. Once we got the bats where I wanted them, I was like, oh, maybe I should take out the strings, but nope. So we decided to grab some black glue, hot no, the glue sticks, and then we're going to just grab another. Now this is the glue gun that is the demon of all glue guns that has made me dislike hot glue all the way around. So my goal was to originally put it around just the windows, but then as I was messing with it, I decided, well, let's let chaos reign. So here is, we're just gonna make it as spooky as possible for this house, and there is the end result. So now let's add the house to the base. I didn't want to do blocks, so I found these round thingamab. I don't even know what they're called. I found them at Dollar Tree last summer, I think, and I've never known what to do with them. And this was actually the perfect answer for that. So we're just gonna use those as a what would I even call them? As support beams. That's what we're gonna call them, support beams for this house. So now this is the end. If you want to put lights on the back to make it even spookier, you could, or you can even use one light at the big window next to where you see home at, and that would be your perfect spookiness for Halloween. Let me know what you guys think. Now this project, I would call your more classic neutral tones, but very classy. It's all just grays and black. And I did this using the directional arrows that I got from Target Dollar Spot many moons ago. And then a square piece, I think both of these square pieces came from Michael's. And then the long 18-piece back piece I got from Dollar Tree. So the wordings I did on design space. So it's very simple. I actually just spray painted everything in gray, and that was pretty much it on here. You can use arrows from, I think Dollar Tree probably has similar arrows, But if you find something, I mean, I don't know, it's pretty simple. I was having problems on here, and I think it was because the spray paint I used was a semi-gloss. I could have just sanded this down. So once I got this one down, I realized that I didn't need to sand the arrows down because they were even more slick. So I just grabbed my hand sander, and I did that, and all the other words really just went down so much easier. Sorry guys about my lighting. I'm not sure what was going on. I don't know if it was because of the weather outside. It was going in and out, or if I accidentally was recording in slow motion. So I do apologize for the crappy lighting that you see going on here. So the wording that I just use, just classic Halloween words. We've got Salem, Elm Street, Sleepy Hollow, and I just made up Mortal Lane. I think it's based on the next DIY that you see coming up. So I'm going to line these up as I want. Of course, the arrows are going to be going in opposite directions. And I'm just going to slant them kind of weird so that it doesn't look as clean and straight as possible. Not so that doesn't look new in a way, although it's kind of, you know, really clean looking, if I do say so myself. But we're just gonna add some wood glue and a little bit of hot glue on here for that instant hole, but the long lasting hole. I don't know if I'm gonna put this outside yet, but who knows, I might. And then we're just going to stack them on. And now when I got to this part, I realized that my steak piece wasn't thick enough, so I needed to, because it wasn't holding. I was like, I need something for it to be, the base needed to be wider. So I grabbed the tower tumbling blocks and I painted them really quick and added that to the piece where all the arrows are. That's what you're seeing right here. And then that made it thick enough so that it could stand on its own once I glued it to the standing base. Here's the finished product. I think I don't know, this might be my favorite. I don't usually do black items for Halloween, but I just wanted to do something for you guys to see that they don't have to be all the red and the blacks and the greens and so on and so forth. Now, this frame, I have had this since pre-COVID. I got this at Hobby Lobby on clearance. I want to say for like $1. I don't even remember. But the frame itself, the canvas itself, is very flimsy. So I always knew that I wasn't going to use it. So I'm just going to do a reverse canvas on here, but I'm not going to use the actual canvas that's on here because it's really no good. It's like paper thin. I don't know. It's really bad. And it was already falling apart as I did this. Now the canvas that I'm going to use is this one. It's based off of the color by numbers, and the paint that I had with it is already dried up because it's been sitting in my craft space forever and a day. But I didn't want to throw it away. So what I'm going to do is make sure that it's going to fit the frame that I just took off of here. So that is a really beautiful frame, if I do say so myself. So we're going to make sure everything fits, and we're going to grab our easy press. I think this one's the 9x9. I'm not sure. We're going to just give it a quick press to get all the moisture and wrinkles out of it. And I think the setting that I figured out was 270, and it's going to be for 30 seconds. Now for my design, because I wanted to use glitter iron-on, I had to piecemeal it because this was a 14 by something inch frame because I was doing it vertical or horizontal, and I didn't have iron-on that would fit. So I had to piecemeal everything together. And if I messed up, I was like, well, I'm going to have to start over, figure something out, because of the colors that I had, and all my iron-on is only 10 inches, 10 by 10. So here's where you see me, I broke everything down and things like that. So but I knew certain colors I had to have. So here's what I did here. And guys, it's going to come out crooked. You guys know I don't do well with lining things up straight, but I did lay this down. And then while I'm doing this, The orange, I realized it's not standard glitter iron-on. So, you know, glitter iron-on is warm peel. Yeah, watch this in action. This is where we realize, oh, darn, we might have to let that cool off some. But luckily, I caught it in time. So, no worries. It's going to be okay. So, by then, it had already cooled off. So, we're going to add the creepy arm. You guys, if you've been with me, you know I had to add something extremely hilarious in my video. There's no way we were going to get out of that. So once we get this one, for the hand, I only did 15 seconds because if you do the time, that second layer of transfer sheet thing, it's going to mark on whatever you're heating on. So I didn't want that to happen. See, as I peel this back, that carrier sheet would have literally left a line onto my canvas. So I didn't want that. Now for this, I'm going to do the full 30 seconds and then I'm going to grab it and flip it over and do another, I think 15 seconds on this side, but you guys don't see that. So now I'm going to grab my canvas and we're going to mark where my canvas sits. Once I get everything marked, I'm gonna cut right inside my line. And oh my gosh, I was actually so proud of myself. I actually cut straight lines. I'm like, oh girl, you're getting there. So now from here, eventually I will get there. It doesn't look good, even though right this way is a little kind of crooked. Like it's okay. I was like, yeah, girl, this actually looks good. So when I show you right here, ignore the little design on the back. You're going to see where it sits perfectly on the back of the canvas. All right, so here, don't mind the torture with the hot glue. You're going to lay the hot glue and you're going to pull away from your body to stretch the canvas throughout. So you do one side and then you do the opposite side. You're going to stretch, you just want to pull away. And I was getting like literal burns on this. Ugh, it was so bad. See what I mean? I was burning. Yeah, me and hot glue. So once you get all the sides, you just gotta make sure that everything is good and ready to go. And there's my pretty foolish mortals. So I did notice that I had a little piece that was hanging over. You can just use your True Control knife or your X-Acto knife, but I didn't feel like grabbing a cutting mat and getting away with that. So anywho, I decided to grab, I had this ribbon still out, so I'm gonna just put that on there. And then I realized, yeah, roll. What you doing there, girl? Look at this. And yeah, that's not gonna go right there. So I did catch it on in time for y'all. And I did end up putting the hanger thing back on there just in case if I decide not to like that ribbon anymore. So that is it. So guys, thank you so much for joining me on this collab. I know it might be a tiny, teeny bit early for Halloween, but it's right around the corner. And I already see people doing Halloween stuff already in my area, but I absolutely love Halloween. It's literally the best. So, like I say, thank you. And I hope you guys remember to go ahead and go visit May and Jenny. Their channels will be linked below. So go give them a shout out and tell them thank you for doing this collab and allowing their girl to bribe them into doing Halloween. Again, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.